we might as well start with the Tour Championship. Paul, Patrick Cantlay wins it all.
And did it very well. I mean, after that, what was it, 6-hole playoff he had the week before that with Bryson DeChambeau, you thought he might have been a wee bit jaded. But once again, his putter got him out of a lot of trouble in that Tour Championship. And the handicap lead that he had, did I mention I hate that? That lead that he had was enough to get him over the line. He was probably, if not the hottest golfer towards the end of the season, then the second hottest golfer at the end of the season, and thoroughly deserved his paycheck, which was significant.
Plays good golf too.
He does. He's a pretty likable guy.
Yeah, you mentioned the handicap, and obviously I think he won by 2 in the end. But Tom, it was Jon Rahm and Kevin Na were the low scores of the week. Jon Rahm obviously just falling short. He was 3 shots back with the original handicaps, or 4 shots back. So, yeah, I don't know. How do you feel on this one?
Yeah, I thought, Rahm played pretty well those first few rounds. I think in the last round he was obviously chasing spell's name, the leader. Cantlay.
The guy we were just talking about.
Yeah, sorry. Well, it's been a couple of weeks. My mind moves pretty quickly onto other things. But he just couldn't seem to sort of make that sort of strike, or like there was down the stretch, there was obviously that big one where there could have been a 3-hole swing, and in the end there was only a 1-hole swing because Cantlay makes that clutch putt, Rahm misses him, and then he sort of, from there was only a couple of holes left, and Rahm just couldn't sort of pick him back. I think Rahm almost had his chances if he was absolutely 100% dialed in on that final day. I think he could have caught him, but Cantlay just did enough to sort of keep him at bay without being sort of. He wasn't, he was more solid than spectacular, I'd say.
Perfect segue. Speaking of being dialed in, both those guys' last final approach shots on the last hole. I think Rahm hit a 5-iron, almost hit the pin, just rolled past the green, and then Cantlay a 6-iron to about 4 feet. Paul, talk about coming up clutch when you need it. After seeing what Rahm did with his shot, Cantlay knowing he had to pull the trigger, essentially, it takes a big set of nuts to do so.
Yeah, he did it though. I guess Rahm was slightly unlucky on that final approach shot because it was lasered in on that pin, and as you say, only just missed it, and unfortunately didn't have enough spin on it and rolled up towards the back and just off the back of the green. I still had an opportunity to put it in for eagle, and couldn't quite do that, and that took the pressure off Cantlay to a certain extent. So, but yeah, Cantlay still had to knock it in. I know there's a whole lot of water there on the right-hand side all the way up towards the green. Doesn't really come into, not for those guys, it wouldn't really come in to play unless they were, even those guys who put it slightly right into the trees, they were still able to sort of punch a shot out onto the green about 100 to 90 yards out and still give themselves makeable birdie putts. So Cantlay, the pressure was on and he responded. And he looked good doing it. Bring on the Ryder Cup. Oh, hold on.
I was just going to say, on the water, how close was Cantlay's tee shot to that to the hazard in front of him? He was
rolling down into it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I reckon he had a couple of heart flutters as the ball was in the air. I don't know what the carry was to get it in there, but he was hard up against it.
I think Rory put it in there off the tee before. I think there's if you get the right bounce, that ball just goes and goes and goes, and can go all the way. Cantlay was, I'm going to say, he knew what he was up to, and put it there.
If Cantley's nearly putting it in the water, then you know he hits a reasonably small ball. Some of the big guys have definitely put it in there before.
Yeah.
And Cantlay, as you say, reaped the rewards of a good finish to the season. Tom is voted the player of the year, 4 wins, including the FedEx Cup. $7.6 million earned. And that must not include the
15
FedEx Cup cash. Yeah, not bad. 22 million for the year.
Oh, I thought Ram was player of the year. Was that a different category? Was that?
He won. It was a different award, similar name. This is the PGA Tour Player of the Year, where the players vote for it, I believe.
Does he get any extra cash for that on top of his 15 mil?
Who, Cantlay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he's got to feed the family.
No, pretty impressive. Like, he's gone up against Ram in that final round. Up against was it Ram again in the previous?
DeChambeau,
yeah, and then who did he take down?
Morikawa.
Yeah, he's showing he's sort of up there with the big boys now, isn't he?
I think he's up to 4th in the world.
Yeah, missing that major though, Paul? So,
What it's all about.
Yeah.
What it's all
I don't
about.
know, mate. I'd be pretty happy with 22 million for a year without a major. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay. You're not a professional golfer, and I'm going to say that professional golfers will get everything they've got for a major victory.
Look, I'd be happy just to hit 18 greens in a round, if I'm honest. It's been a tough slog for Carl. Handicap is blowing out. Just in time for Twilight, though, coming in a couple of weeks.
At least you're getting the opportunity to blow your handicap out.
So, yeah, sorry, Tom. I shouldn't have. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, we'll move on. Rookie of the year, Will Zalatoris. Probably not going to be any other person in the mix, really. I think it was Garrick Higo was the other one he was up against, but no fight there, Paul.
Not really. I think Higo probably had to play a wee bit more on the PGA Tour to.
It did have a win though, didn't he?
He did. Yeah. And so that certainly put him in the mix. But I just think Zalatoris was just way too consistent in his first year on tour. So I've got no worries with Zalatoris picking up Rookie of the Year. Thoroughly deserved.
Sick to think, Tom, that this week this is Zalatoris' PGA Tour debut with a tour card.
Yeah. Well, how many majors did he end up playing in? A couple? Yeah.
2 or 3? Finished second at the Masters.
Yeah. And did, like those high finishes in the majors on your sort of first rookie season, pretty easy decision, I think.
Yeah.